What's going on, everyone? I am just waiting for James to hop on. There he is. Hold on a
Yes.
second. Hey, there you are. What's up, dude?
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, good. All right. I
I can hear
wasn't
you
sure
fine.
if it
I
was
don't know
working.
why. Hold on a second. Stretch to screen. Transform.
Don't mind me while I stuff my mouth real quick with this burrito.
Yep, no worries.
Are we live already?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, excellent.
Yep,
I
no
love
worries.
eating on
Hold
stream.
on. I'm trying to do the 16 by 9,
Make
but I
sure
don't
you
know
get
if
all
I
these
can.
freeze frames.
I know, right? Yeah, we're live. We're live. This is a lot different than the normal. There we go. 16 by 9. Oh, why is it not working? Why is it not working? I don't know why yours is at 16 by 9.
It's probably my webcam size.
It doesn't matter. It's fine. It looks fine. No big deal. What's up? Pamela, hi. Brina. We got some of the usual suspects in the chat. So,
Yep,
yeah, as you
Sham.
can see, this is like a whole different setup. Like, I got
We
news
have two
articles
Pamelas.
pulled up. I know, right? Oh, we do. Pamela Turner and Pamela.
Uh huh.
So what's up, everybody? I hope everybody's having a good Memorial Day. As you can see, James has decided to join me. I was gonna say just take the day off because it's Memorial Day, but he's like, I'm available. So I'm like, all right,
I'm a
cool,
workaholic.
that works. So, um, as you can see, I can't get his thing to fit full screen for some reason, but I don't really care. Oh, you know what? I hold on. I know what it is. I know what it is. I know what it is. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm sorry. I lied. I lied. I don't know what
Just
I'm
when we
doing.
thought we had it.
Well, this is the first time we've used this system to
Right.
multi-stream with two people. This is usually what I use just to like just you and me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fit the
Quality looks better.
screen. What if I do fit the screen?
Is that what's her name?
No,
Lady
that's not
joining
it.
us
Who?
from the thing you texted me about the Unfuck America tour thing.
Oh no. That's we haven't figured out a date yet.
Oh,
But
okay.
she's apparently because she's just calling it out for what it is. Like it's stupid. You know what I mean?
Right.
And yeah. So thank you. I appreciate you guys. Not in a very memorial spirit, Brina says. Yeah, but no, she's committed to come on the show. She's actually been getting threat with lawsuits and shit like that from the people at the Unfuck America tour. Like they don't
Yeah, I
get it.
just
They
seen your
don't
post
get
on
it,
that.
dude. And I think it's time we talk about it. Like some people are like, "Oh, you shouldn't. You talk bad about left wing creators because we're all trying to do." Nah, fuck that. You know what I mean? If you're not on board, if you're not doing, if you're doing this for clicks and likes, and you're not down with the cause, then we don't have time for that.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing I want to do is convert MAGAs. Like seriously, like who want we don't want them on our team. Okay, we don't need them. We
Well,
don't have to be friends with MAGA. Like if they want to make a decision on their own to not support Trump anymore, then fan freaking tastic. Oh yeah, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it, Brina. I have Donald Trump's entire Arlington speech that we're gonna watch.
he was falling asleep, I saw.
Yeah, slurring his words. I got some Patriot Front videos. We're gonna get into who exactly is the leader of that. It's literally some 26-year-old kid running
Right.
around doing all these marches. Macron's wife, the leader of France, looks like she punched him in the face.
Huh.
Not it looks like she pushed him in the face. Okay, I'll say push. Pushed him in the face. Right in front of the cameras, and you can see the moment he realized that everybody saw it because it was like right in the entrance of the doorway of the freaking what you call it airplane, the door of the airplane. So it's
Oh, on Air
hilarious.
Force One
Yeah.
or Air
So
Force Two, as it's about to be.
right. So usually what I do is I just pull my screen up and I've got all these tabs open up top. I got True Social, so we can talk about Donald Trump's rant.
So I can't see it on my computer here, but I can see it on the. I'm watching the live stream on my phone.
Oh, you can't see it on your computer?
Yeah, it's not. I see my screen, your screen, and then I see another thing with like a border and a cassette tape. Uh,
Yeah. That's all you see on your screen?
yeah, I only see those.
Hmm. I don't know how to share my screen with you.
Well, that's okay. I can watch it here on the live stream.
Okay, that works. Okay, yeah, we'll just work around it. So, all right, I got a bunch of stuff open. We can start not with Donald Trump's rant at the Arlington Cemetery, but we can talk about another rant that he went on. I'm not sure where this was, but apparently they asked him what he's going to do with the drug problem in the United States. And
Oh
fucking,
boy.
oh my God, dude, his response is just completely hilarious. Just watch this.
How bad drugs are? Yes, we do. We spend a lot of money on advertising. And I said, unbelievable. That was such a great conversation because we're going to spend hundreds of millions of dollars advertising how bad drugs are so that kids don't use them, that
Can't
they
hear, can you?
chew up your brain, they destroy your teeth, your skin, your everything. And I thanked her for that. You know, I make so many calls and I never learn anything from anybody. I know everything and I never learn anything from anybody. And I spoke to this woman. As soon as she said it, she didn't have to say exactly what. I said, exactly. What a great idea. And I think we're going to have, and I saw pieces of it, we're going to go in with $100 million and then another $100 million initially. But I saw some of the ads and they are really violent. I said, you have to make them strong. Your skin practically comes off after a period of time. You lose your hearing. You lose your teeth. I mean, it is terrible. And we show this happening to people. And I think we're going to, you know, we did very well with, we had blue ribbon committees headed up by the First Lady of the United States and a lot of other people that, you know, they have no idea the viciousness of these cartels and these people. And they're smarts. I mean, they're very smart, tough people. Making a fortune, by the way, an absolute fortune. But we got it down 18%, which was a record. But 18% is not great when you think about it. I think we could get it down 50 or 55 or maybe even 60% with advertising. So she really gave me something. I was going to call her and tell her that she did, but now I don't have to call her because she's going to be seeing this right now. So to the President of Mexico, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so that's his idea to combat drugs. You can't hear the video, though, can you, James? What?
Idea to combat. Yeah, I can hear it. I got it on my phone here, but there's like a 5 or so-ish second delay.
Gotcha. If you want, we can actually just...
Yeah, I can hear it. I got it on. That's loud.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you want, we can just actually postpone this and just until I figure out all the technical stuff.
Whatever works. I mean, we can still discuss it. I mean, he's crazy, as we all know.
Yeah.
Just like, he sounds like a fucking AI every time he talks, and he's not. It's crazy.
No, his Arlington speech is absolutely freaking bonkers. Here, I'll show you the video. I'll show you a couple videos, then if you want to hop off. These don't have really audio or whatever. And then once I got all the technical stuff figured out. Hey, I just realized you play GTA 5, right?
Yeah.
I can download
post a bunch of clips from it.
Yeah, I was seeing the clips on it. I was laughing. It looks like a lot of fun. I was actually thinking about downloading it. So if you want a game later, we could do that for sure.
Yeah, dude. Let's do it.
That would be a lot of fun. But here's a video of Caroline Levitt looking terrified, standing next to a black man like he's going to steal her purse, even though he looks like he's Capitol Security or Capitol Police. Right. But just look at the way I zoomed in. Look at the way she's clutching her purse. Like, it's so crazy.
Right.
Capitol Police. Unfortunately, the video quality's up. Look at her pointing at the guy. Oh my God, look at her face, man. That's crazy. Look at her just clutching her purse with both hands. That's amazing. Just racism out in the open. How are you scared of a black man at the Capitol? Like he's not supposed to be there. It hasn't been properly vetted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so baffling. I mean, these people are so, like, pride themselves on being so tough, and yet here they are literally afraid of a person that's there to protect them. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a cop. I'd be afraid of cops too, but that's not why she's afraid of him.
No, it's absolutely embarrassing. But let me show you the Macron video. This is hilarious.
All right.
And then he realizes that he's on camera. Watch. Slap. Hey, everybody. Hi. Slap. Hi, everybody.
Holy shit. That's Emmanuel Macron?
Wow, yeah.
And that's his wife?
Allegedly, yeah.
What the fuck is happening there?
I don't know, but she must have said something that pissed her off in French. She plopped him up beside. Hey, that's a real marriage right there.
Yeah, I remember my married days. I mean, we never did that, but there were definitely times we wanted to.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Some people are like, oh, it's just a playful hit. I'm like, I don't know. He looked pretty surprised.
Nah, I think she was pissed.
Yeah. Pamela said that Caroline Levitt pissed her pants. She probably did. She probably soiled herself. She's like, oh, my God, I'm standing next to a black man. Oh, my God. Am I in a bad neighborhood? No, Caroline, you're at the Capitol, bitch. You fucking psycho.
She's the worst. I thought it couldn't get much worse than what was that other blonde Barbie from the first Trump regime?
Oh, what the hell was her name? I can't even remember it anymore.
She's on Fox Fake News now, I think, right?
Yeah, it's something. It's something.
So that's how irrelevant she's become. Jesus.
I know, right? So I'll watch the Arlington video later after you hop off. We'll save that for later.
Right.
So we can go over some airplane. We can go over some news stories, though. We can definitely do that.
Okay.
Again, everybody, for source of news, best source I've found honestly on the internet is Ground News, and again, it's just because it aggregates all the information for us into a nice little synopsis. Plus, it gives you literally every source that it pulls from. You can see over here above. No, you can't see it. Anyway, on the right side here, James' head is blocking it at the moment. On the right side here, it'll show you exactly what articles it pulls from, and then you can even go in and view each individual article, and it rates it based on the factuality of that publication. So you can see Epoch Times, mixed factuality, leans right.
The Epoch Times, yeah.
Right. So then you see Spokesman Review, Washington Post, reposted by Washington Post, but very high factuality, leans left.
But to call Washington Post and what's this other one? Well, I don't know that one, but the Washington Post really doesn't lean left anymore.
No,
I mean,
not
with
as
Bezos killing the Kamala endorsement and then them posting a bunch of anti-trans bullshit and saying washing any of Trump's speeches, they're not really lean left. They're lean right, if anything.
Most publications do. Center maybe at the. But the thing I like about the
center right, yeah.
The thing I like about the Ground News is up top here. You can actually pick what point of view you want. So you can pull from all just right-leaning publications. You can have a synopsis based on both, or on just the left-leaning publications.
God.
So
it's so insane, though. We have these totally different infospheres. Like, you can filter it based on whatever you want your reality today. Do you want to have the red pill or the blue pill today? Which would you like? And this website gives you that option.
It does, yeah. So if you want to keep being in denial, you can actually choose to keep being in denial on this one.
Have your denial reinforced.
Yeah. So
the military is turning the freaking frogs gay. You can be reinforced on that too.
Right. So all right. So San Diego Airport has experienced a glitch before the fatal airplane crash. Another plane crash, a Cessna 550. Crashed into a U.S. Navy neighborhood near Montgomery Gibbs Executive Airport in San Diego shortly before 4 a.m. on May 22nd. How many crashes is that now?
I don't know, a lot, but what is a single-engine Cessna doing up in the air at 4 in the fucking morning?
I don't know. I don't know anything about aviation, so, yeah.
Well, the Cessna is like those little tiny 2, sometimes 4-seaters. It's got a single engine right there in the nose.
Yeah. Okay, the little tiny ones, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like 4 a.m. What in the fuck is the pilot doing up? Like, he would have had to been at the airport, do his pre-flight list by like 3:30.
Yeah.
So like that's weird. That
is weird.
Smuggling fucking narcotics? What the hell is he doing?
I wonder what the glitches are about. I don't know. Seems like all of a sudden we're having a lot of aviation issues since Elon Musk got involved in the FAA and started firing people.
And now they settled the stuff with Boeing after Boeing murdered 2 whistleblowers.
Right.
No telling how many other Americans are going to murder with their planes just blowing up mid-flight.
That's crazy. So, all right. So a little bit about the plane crash. The NTS, or National Transportation Safety Board investigator, said both lights and a weather notification system at Montgomery Gibbs Executive Airport were inoperable when the Cessna 550 plowed into a neighborhood at about 3:45 in the morning on Thursday. 6 people were aboard, and they all died instantly. It also struck and severely damaged a home. 8 people on the ground suffered minor injuries, but many residents were forced to flee the ensuing flames as jet fuel covered Salmon Street and surrounding blocks, igniting flames that consumed multiple vehicles. Jesus Christ.
6 people, maybe it was a 2-engine Cessna, but 6 people in a Cessna? That is pretty fucking packed. And also, again, it crashed at 3:45 in the morning, so they must have been up in the air for like at least an hour.
It had to be.
I wonder if they were like coming back from Tijuana or something.
So yeah,
or Baja, you know.
Yeah, smuggling in more cartel members from the
Yeah,
south.
probably.
3:45 in the morning. But no,
Bride
that's
Force
crazy.
Cessna.
So 8 people on the ground suffered injuries. That's crazy. And there was a bunch of jet fuel covering the entire neighborhood. Thanks, Elon. Yeah, this is great. No end in sight.
Every time I hear like a helicopter or an airplane fly over, and it's those little single engine prop planes.
Yeah.
Every time I hear them now, I'm like, this motherfucker gonna crash into me. Where's it coming? Where's it going? You're flying low, buddy.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm looking at them like flies now in the room. I'm trying to like swat them away, even though I don't do shit.
All right, so a Texas bill requiring the 10 Commandments in public schools is headed to the governor's desk.
Jesus Christ, these lunatics.
I know. Texas is apparently racing Oklahoma for the dumbest state in the country, now introducing religion into public schools. Which is what we always talked about.
This guy, I'm a big fan of, Chad Loader on Blue Sky.
Yeah.
Really, really smart guy, really insightful on a lot of his stuff. And he was saying how we need to be aware when we're talking about the South.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Georgia,
Yeah.
Louisiana, whatever. We need to be aware that there is a systematic oppression against black folks and people of color there. So that's why it's so gerrymandered into Republicans' favor and why it's, of course, run so shitty.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find the way so when I say, God, the South is a shithole, by his logic, like then I'm demeaning those folks. But I'm not meaning that. I'm meaning the South, like this is, when I say the South is a shithole, this is the kind of shit that I'm talking about.
Yeah. I agree. Some of these states are so lost in this religion stuff. It blows me away. I don't understand how the 10 Commandments at all, especially with the people that propose the 10 Commandments. I mean, their commander-in-chief has broken damn near every single one of them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Your leader has quite literally broken at least 9 out of the 10 Commandments.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Like literally every woman he runs into, Trump's like, that's a great piece of ass, boy. If you weren't here, I'd be paying a lap dance, but you're here, so I wouldn't say that. I'd never say anything inappropriate. Your wife is hot. I'd never say it.
Right? So I don't understand, but yeah, I don't understand how this is going to help anybody in public school whatsoever. These people are morally bankrupt, but yet want us to live by the 10 Commandments. That's Old Testament, right? That's not even New Testament. Like, thou shalt not kill.
I think it's Old Testament.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So, yeah, Texas lawmakers proposed that all public schools must display the 10 Commandments, making it the largest state to mandate this requirement following a vote in the House. Greg Abbott is expected to sign the bill into law after its final vote, which is sending it to after the final vote to go to his desk.
Greg Abbott is such a disgrace. He doesn't even stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. What an absolute terrible fucking human being.
That's so messed up. I know, right?
And this was before the accent. He still didn't stand.
I know, that's ableist. I shouldn't say that, but somebody should just...
I know, it's definitely ableist, 100%.
Yeah. Excuse me, Mr. Abbott. Let me take you over this beautiful hill here.
Yeah. I'd like to be your guide today.
Yes, I promise I will not let go.
We're gonna take you to a pride parade.
Fuck.
But I was, these local state Democratic parties are such shitholes. I mean, it was like Beto O'Rourke for Texas, and just burned Cash alive in a race that he did not have the infrastructure, did not have the ground game to win. Unlike Stacey Abrams, she actually invested in the ground game, and that's how they got Warnock and Ossoff later on.
Right.
But now the Democrats are, what is the story about them wanting to spend $20 million to find the next Joe Rogan of the left? That's what they're going to commit their money to. You haven't heard this story?
No. What is this?
Bro, oh my God. They had an acronym for it. I think it's like SAM, like strong, active men or something, something stupid. You got to look this up. Democratic donors, Joe Rogan of the left. And they're literally going to light $20 million on fire.
Whoa.
Just to find...
I should have thought about this before I actually typed in strong, active men.
Don't share your screen. Are you sharing your screen?
Yeah, don't worry. It's not bored.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's just
I don't think
dudes.
I don't think that's.
Fuck.
Yeah, you're gonna go down a big wormhole on that one.
Sorry,
I
guys.
don't think that's the actual acronym, but it's just look up like Democratic Party.
Here you go. Right
Joe
here.
Rogan of the left.
Democrats seeking. Oh, fuck off, Amazon and your goddamn ads. How do-
It's New York Post though, but I mean that's more or less the story. And so yeah, 20 million, and they're taking like pitch decks and meetings with all these influencers to learn. But it's like the problem is your party sucks. You
Right.
guys have a shitty product.
Right.
No amount of mouthpieces is going to change that. Like you guys have to actually say, and like the New York Democratic Party, right? Bunch of fucking incompetent pricks.
I agree.
That got themselves gerrymandered into giving the Republicans the House this cycle.
Right.
So like you can't fix stupid. You know, no amount of podcasters is going to help them with that. They need to actually fix their structural problems.
Yeah.
And they'd rather boot out David Hogg and ice out Bernie and keep AOC off of an oversight committee rather than fix what's wrong.
Look at this. Yeah. Okay. So this is from Fox News. Democrats don't need a left-wing Joe Rogan. They just need to win back the real one. What the fuck does that mean?
That's so stupid.
What does that even mean, man? That's so
Joe Rogan
dumb.
doesn't want to be one. He wants to go where the checks are, and it's not on the left.
Why Dems' quest to create a left-wing Joe Rogan is destined to fail. We don't need a left-wing Joe Rogan. That's the thing. There's plenty of left-wing creators out there that are already as big as Joe Rogan. You know what I mean?
And they're iced out.
As close to it. Yeah, we don't need. We already have our speakers. We don't.
Yeah.
This is dumb. Why
and they're completely iced out. Like I think Bernie and AOC talking to Hassan, and of course, some people sometimes get on with the Young Turks, but even then, I don't think they have a lot of Democratic establishment on there. So it's like the party needs to embrace those voices. You don't need to like $20 million and throw it down the fucking toilet. When you have some infrastructure there, you just need to embrace. Pamela Turner said, "I would love to see you do a bit with Trump in a debate with Captain Jack Sparrow."
That would be
that's interesting.
That is interesting.
Jack, I gotta say, I'm not a fan. This boat, not clean. It's not clean. I'm a germaphobe. Donnie, I'm gonna tell you, I don't keep up the ship of a thing unless I have the rum. I would like to have the rum, then I'll get a broom. But until then, sorry off me. I don't know, fucking whatever.
That's pretty good. This is funny. Oh, so right here it says that for one thing, we have plenty of popular left and left-leaning voices who already fit the bill. Among white dudes, you got Stephen Colbert, Seth Meyers, Howard Stern. Younger, lesser-known voices, you got David Pakman, Destiny, you got Adam Mockler. I mean, we got the Midas Touch Network. We don't have an individual podcaster to rally behind. I mean, that's as big as Joe Rogan, but, they should put money in. They should be pouring money into left-wing content, but not finding the next Joe Rogan for the left. Fuck that.
But also, that's the thing is that Seth Meyers and Stephen Colbert, they're really kind of centrist left.
Right.
Well, Seth Meyers is probably more left, probably significantly more left to Stephen Colbert.
John Stewart, hello.
Yeah, there you go, right there. They could go on his podcast. He has a huge audience. Now, Mehdi Hassan, they could embrace him more. I mean, but so much of this stuff is going to be broken up over Gaza. The reason that so many leftist influencers are out of there, are iced out by the establishment, is over Gaza and their stance on the oligarchs. Like the leftists want to fucking take the money from the oligarchs, while the establishment is taking the money from the oligarchs from themselves.
Right. So if you want to pour money into left-wing content, do it. Absolutely. We need the money because it's not out there for most of us. You know what I'm saying? And for what I understand, it's not, I mean, we don't have Russia or George Soros backing us. So, you know what I mean? Like finding money for stuff like what we do is extremely hard. Micah, everybody that watches this show knows. Mike and I have been trying to raise 10 grand for like a year and a half. We've actually gotten pretty close if you consider that we've raised money for different protests and stuff like that, like the one we're doing on the 6th. So,
yeah, and I'm still really pissed that Soros doesn't actually give out as much money as they say he does.
Why not?
Like, they make him out to be like the welfare giver of the left. I have never once gotten a Soros check.
I know.
I have never once even heard of him funding like any kind of a leftist media.
He's always been
he donates to candidates and that's it.
Right. He's always been the right-wing boogeyman. They've always said George Soros controls everything. And then they cry about anti-Semitism. And the only reason they hate George Soros, obvious.
Why would that
I wonder
be?
what that is. And let's be clear, I will be a left-wing creator that says it is not anti-Semitic to say fuck Israel for what they're doing. Zionism is not Judaism, just like MAGA Christianity is not Christianity. So anybody that saying anything against, if you criticize Israel even a little bit, they're like, oh, you're anti-Semitic, you hate Jewish people. No,
Yeah.
I hate people getting murdered.
Yeah, which is even more stupid because the entire white supremacist view is that Israel equates to Jews.
Right.
That's anti-Semitic because then they say, well, Israel's doing this, so then therefore all Jews this. And it's like, that's literally fucking anti-Semitism.
I know.
But when we say, fuck Israel and what they're doing in Gaza, that doesn't mean all Jewish folks. Hell, there's most of the Jewish protesters are in Israel, are out here. They were the ones in the campuses. They were talking about fighting anti-Semitism by calling in the cops on the encampments to beat up Jewish people. That's anti-Semitism.
Right. Yeah, saying you're against genocide is not even a little bit anti-Semitic.
No.
I'm sorry. I will argue that until I'm blue in the face. Just like MAGA Christians are not Christians. You're not.
No, fuck no.
Grok will even attest to that. Do you hear about that, James? Marjorie Taylor Greene arguing with Grok about her Christianity and her faith?
I heard about it, but I didn't know the specifics. She was just arguing with Grok, and she got pissed because it was saying she wasn't a Christian, basically, right?
What happened was she posted something like, Christianity this, I'm a good Christian, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody asked in the comments, at Grok, is this true? And he was like, well, she claims to be one, but her actions would say otherwise. And Marjorie Taylor Greene got pissed. It's like, you can't judge me. Only God can judge me.
I'm calling Elon.
I know. It's like, lady, you're arguing with artificial intelligence. It goes to show you that you have no human intelligence because you're arguing literally with a program, which is hilarious. I was joking yesterday with Mike. I was like, are we in AI? Like, these new AI prompts from the new Google AI are freaking me the fuck out, bro.
Yeah, dude. I don't touch those. I don't go near them. And
look at the new one, the new Google V. We could pull it up. This new shit is so insanely realistic.
Are you talking about the things where it makes a video, right?
Yeah, where it's like,
it's fucking scary. Yeah.
This has me freaked out. I mean, the crazy amount of... Oh, shit. Oh, that's VO2.
Yeah, Alejandra Caraballo on Blue Sky posted some stuff of doing exactly that. She posted a newscaster, and it looks really real, saying how J.K. Rowling had her yacht, her ultra luxury yacht sunk by the orcas. Like, obviously parody, but I mean, it's just a matter of time before someone makes these kinds of AI videos, distributes them everywhere, and then creates some kind of a mass panic, like, oh my God, earthquake detected, everybody, or oh my God, a meteor detected, everybody run for the hills, and it's going to start a mass panic.
Yeah. So check this out. So you can go to Google VO3, Gemini's website, gemini.google. .whatever.
I see it.
Create high quality 8-second videos with VO3. Try it with the Google AI Pro plan or get the highest access with the Ultra plan. Simply describe what you have in mind and watch your ideas come to life with native audio. Look at this shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is not real. That's crazy, bro.
Pamela Turner saying Orson Welles.
What the fuck, man?
Orson Welles was the guy that did War of the Worlds. He had that War of the Worlds craze, right? That was That's what we're about to get into. We're about to get into some massive YouTube paid for campaign by a scammer saying the aliens have landed and everyone's going to start blowing shit up.
That's not real. That's not a real person. That looks like a real fucking person, man. That's scary.
We are in very dangerous times now.
Well, we're getting to the point now where this is going to kill the internet. This could kill the internet because it's going to get to a point where you're not going to know what you can believe and what's not. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then knowing the Trump administration, we talked about this yesterday a little bit too, because they're scrubbing all of Donald Trump's insane speeches off the internet or off of the whitehouse.gov website. And then they're going to be like, every video that we see of him now, they're going to be like, oh, that's AI. And their people will believe it. That's the crazy part. Their people will believe it.
And then they'll upload an AI video of him speaking normally. So instead of friends, I once came out of a door in the house of 1,000 corpses, and then there was a body. I was the body. I was not the body, but here's the body. Here's the point. And then it'll just actually show his speech like, ladies and gentlemen of America, I am resigning. Thank you. And like, and they'll be like, oh, okay, that's the real one.
That's great. But yeah, so you could actually go right now and create your own AI clips. With
Google. I stay the fuck away from those.
I don't even do the picture generation stuff.
Yeah. My family and a couple friends use that shit, and I'm just telling them, like, you're feeding Skynet. You are.
I know, right?
You are feeding the Terminator revolution. Before we ever have a political revolution, we're going to have a Terminator apocalypse. So maybe think twice before using this shit.
I know. This is freaking me out, man. So, all right, enough of the AI stuff. Get rid of Texas. Oh, this is another good AI story that I came across. OpenAI's O3 model alters shutdown code. It's basically saying you're not going to shut me down. Okay, now this is Skynet shit right here.
Yeah, dude. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Dude, Palisade Research tested OpenAI's ChatGPT's O3 model in 100 trials and found it sabotaged shutdown commands 7 times, despite explicit instructions to allow shutdown.
Remember that scene in Terminator 3? Have you seen that one?
Yeah, I've seen all of them.
Yeah, remember they're in the military place and they're like upgrading the software and they're like, we shouldn't do it. We don't know what's going to happen. They're like, we're going to do it anyways because military. Click. Yeah. And then like everything starts shutting down. Like, okay, guys, just pull the plug. Let's not let it do it. And then a dun, dun, dun. Terminator start rolling out. This is where we're heading. I don't know. Like, same thing with them like cloning the dire wolves and now wanting to clone a woolly mammoth. And then there's actually someone trying to clone dinosaurs right now. It's like, have we not seen the point of all the literature, of all the things that have ever been made in society of why you shouldn't do this?
Right. I mean, have we not seen Jurassic Park? All of them? Like, none of them end well. Dinosaurs?
It ends well for the dinosaurs, and that's it.
Yeah, so it goes on to say these findings raise AI safety concerns about current models, potentially ignoring critical safety commands, highlighting persistent risk of losing control over AI behavior, despite their advanced capabilities. No fucking shit. We told you.
Yeah, exactly. You fucking think?
I know. We could have told you this before you started messing with AI. Like, you're trying to create something smarter than humans.
Yep.
And you expect that you're going to be able to put, like, restrictions on it? Come on. You're actually trying to create something that is way more intelligent than ourselves.
Yeah. It's like those people that get, like, a pet chimp. You know,
right.
Like, oh, it's so cute. Look, it's imprinted on us. And then it slaughters their whole household.
Yeah, they're trying to rip their face off in their sleep. Yeah, exactly.
This is exactly what's happening.
Oh, my God. It's crazy, right? This is absolutely insane. So, yeah, that's another good AI story. Big Beautiful Bill, which Mike and I will be talking about in detail tomorrow because we have realized that this is Project 2025. Yep. All this stuff that Donald Trump hasn't been able to get signed into law is all in one big, beautiful bill. But there are hurdles. So let's see if any Republican senators have an actual spine, because some of them are not happy with the amount of money they're trying to spend because they're going to raise the deficit.
Supposedly Rand Paul is going to kill the bill, but you know, everyone's a libertarian until you wave a dollar in their face. Like someone's going to come into his office and just say, name a figure, and he'll name it and he'll be okay, done. All right.
Right. That's why I'm not celebrating right now, because I know none of these guys have a spine and they're all easily paid for. You know what I mean? They'll change their mind if you offer something proper in front of them. Here you go.
Well, Schiff and Padilla, you know, the two California senators, liberal California, our two senators went and voted for that fucking crypto bill. What in the fuck is, and Schiff has the personality of like uncooked spaghetti. How did this guy ever win an election? Like his voice is just like Tic Tac being breathed into your eyes. Have you ever had that happen? It's painful, you know? And I don't even think this Alex Padilla guy is real. I think he's a goat. I think he's a made up. It's a weekend at Bernie's. They just came up with this fictitious. I've never seen this Alex Padilla guy, and they voted for the crypto bill. So how do we know they're not going to vote for this? Because you know, bipartisan this, bipartisan that. Yeah, they should have shut the Senate down. I've been calling my reps fucking damn near every week, tell them this is not business as usual. Shut shit down.
Right.
They're not listening.
Please do. Also, I heard they're going to be getting rid of the regulations that we currently have surrounding AI. I want to say somebody in the comments. I forgot to look into it more. That they're just going to let AI run free with no restrictions. They're going to be like, yeah, go ahead. Everybody can use it. Everybody can do all kinds of shit with it.
I think it bans AI regulation by the states for 10 years, if I remember right.
Yeah.
But I mean, in theory, that'll get struck down because that's a states' rights issue. But.
Right. So, all right. So far we have Republican Senators Ron Johnson, Josh Hawley, little bitch, John Curtis, Rand Paul, and Kevin Kramer.
John Curtis? What the fuck is that?
I've never heard of that guy.
Listen, new character enters the script.
Yeah. So they criticized the bill's rapid approval and significant 58% spending increase. So it's since 2019. Which also Donald Trump was president. Johnson and others call it an unsustainable rise comparable only to World War II levels. The bill narrowly passed the House in a 214 to 1 vote and includes a $4 trillion debt ceiling increase. And I guarantee not a single one of us poors are going to see a penny of that $4 trillion.
There's plenty of great charts. I remember this with the tax cut scam bill the Republicans passed last time. It shows like where's my hands? It shows like which hand? This one. So it shows. Let me go this way. Hold on, calibrating. Like the bottom 1%, and then scales upward. How do I do this? Bottom 1%. Bottom 25%, 50%, whatever, and then it shows the top 0.1%.
Right.
And like all of the stuff for everyone below the 0.1% kind of goes like this, like it's down. And then the 0.1% goes up like this. Like that's how much benefit they get from it.
I know. This does not benefit Americans at all.
No.
So hopefully this gets shot down. Plus, besides just the spending part of it, this is literally how the Heritage Foundation is implementing Project 2025 as law of the land.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's that thing where Democrats have had 6 people die just in this legislative session alone, and then they screwed over AOC for Connolly, and then he died. Like, wow, who could have seen that coming? A cancer victim dying in an important role. Oh,
there could be good. There could be a silver lining to that, and I'm not saying anything good about his death, obviously, because that's not good. But they should have picked. They should have picked the sick old guy to begin with. But guess who's vice chair of that committee right now? Jasmine Crockett.
Thank God for that.
So if anybody should be the chair, should be the vice chair, right? I would think.
But if Connolly were still alive, and if the gerontocracy would fuck off and let a younger generation take over, this bill could have been defeated.
It could have been.
It would have been 215. Yeah, right. It would have stalled.
That would have been nice. Is he the one vote that didn't vote? Is that the one? No.
Well, if it was 214, and he died the week before the bill, it would have to be, right?
I don't know. That's crazy.
And then there's the other Democrats that died too. So,
okay, can we stop electing old people to office, please? Can we have age limits, please?
The Onion
is getting a little insane.
The Onion had a great thing. God, I can't remember. It's like Cobweb Skeleton says he's healthy as he runs for a 90th term or something like that. Good. The Onion does not miss.
That's funny. No, they're great. And what's funny though is that you can't tell it. The satire is like dead now. You can't even tell some of these stories are satire if they're actually being real. Like I'll see an Onion headline and go, "Oh God," and then realize it's the Onion and go, "Oh okay."
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because I can't tell anymore, man. Because all these stories.
The Onion is the AI of satire. You can't tell if it's real or made up.
Right. So all right, another story that I saw today. Dan Bongino says the FBI is looking at a number of cases of potential public corruption. Oh, really? I know where you can look.
Have you checked your own fucking accounts, dude?
Yeah. So if anybody doesn't know, Dan Bongino is just another radio, TV personality, right-wing nut job. Podcaster.
He blocked me on
He's
Twitter.
one of the podcaster bros. Did he really?
Yeah, he blocked me on Twitter.
So the FBI is conducting a renewed review of 3 prominent investigations relating to public corruption in Washington, D.C. I wonder if Trump is one of those. Doubt it.
Yeah, right.
I know. After
Wishful
reviewing
thinking.
several unresolved investigations related to the Biden administration, of course, we're going after Biden still. Donald Trump is out there. He gave a speech where he's actually talking about the 2020 election, or I think it's on True Social. Was it a True Social post that he did? The guy's literally still whining about the 2020 election and how it should be investigated and shit, like for cheating.
Pudding brain.
I know, and I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, you're the president. You won. Why are you even fucking talking about? Here's this. For some reason, he thinks he's going to intimidate Vladimir Putin doing a True Social post. Like, it's comedy.
Vladimir, stop!
Stop, Vladimir. You're making me upset. You're making me look bad. I don't like
Makes
it.
me. There's this video of this guy, and I think his like girlfriend is asleep on the sofa.
Yeah, yeah.
And he takes a bit of water and he pours it on kind of like the back of her ear, and she gets her. Jackson, you swore, and it has that exact energy.
It does.
He's like, Vladimir, stop! You swore.
I can't stand these people, man. It's so embarrassing. Like, come on, man. Imagine if Biden ran the country through Twitter. Like, you ran
The
to,
media
like,
would never have allowed it. The media is sitting by and letting it allow it to happen now, but
Right.
they never would have tolerated that shit under Biden.
right, exactly. So, all right, so who is Dan Bongino, you might be asking? You could go on Twitter. He's on there. He's been banned from a lot of platforms, but I like to look up who people are so you get a little bit of context here. So, Daniel John Bon Jovi Gino is an American government official, conservative political commentator, and a radio host, former law enforcement officer who served as Don't Give a Shit. He hosted Dan Bongino show on Rumble. For those of you who don't, Rumble is the right-wing platform that these people go to when they get banned from literally every other platform.
Yep.
That's where Don Jr. is. That's where he has his show. Triggered. Moron. So he was a cop at one point.
Explains a lot.
Now he's the director of the FBI. Or I'm sorry, deputy director of the FBI. I guess that's the same thing. But he works
Kash Patel
underneath.
is FBI director. I
Right.
think.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So he works under Kash Patel. Old crackhead Kash Patel. Go down to media career. This stuff gets great. All right. So he was on the Sean Hannity show. Mark Levin, who's another right wing psycho. And he's been on all these different. I don't understand how these people get platformed like this. You know what I mean?
It's a right wing money grifting machine.
Yeah.
That's honestly how they just. There's so much money in the right with all these billionaire dipshits, and as long as you're just a mouthpiece for them and you're giving them their tax breaks or giving talking points for tax breaks, that's all they care about, and they'll fund money to you. And then,
Right.
of course, like you said, Russia.
Right, exactly. So here you go. So following the Jan 6th attack on the United States Capitol, Bongino's Twitter account was suspended for violating the platform's civic integrity policy. On his podcast, he argued that political violence had been normalized by leftist movements and accused liberal media outlets of hypocrisy in their coverage of protests. What? How are you biased against the riot? I don't understand what he's getting at here.
His argument was that there was a big deal made about the January 6th riot, and then there wasn't a big deal made over all the stuff during BLM because apparently the entire country burned down. Chicago is burnt to the ground. Los Angeles burnt to the ground. New York, just ashes, all gone, right? Nothing exists in those places where those riots were, right? That's their argument.
So in March 2021, he was signed to replace the Rush Limbaugh show. So he's the new Rush Limbaugh, essentially. May of that year, Fox News said he would host a show on there. And Fox Nation, he was also on a show bitching and whining about cancel culture.
Yep.
I mean, sorry if we don't like racists. We don't want to hear you speak. Apologies. What?
Yeah, how dare we?
How dare we be, morally human? So in January 2022, YouTube permanently banned Bongino for attempting to circumvent a temporary suspension related to a video questioning the efficacy of masks during COVID-19. So he was one of the ones that perpetuated that surgical masks, like actual medical masks that doctors wear in hospitals, are not going to help you against COVID-19. That's the type of person that is now the deputy director of the FBI.
You know, I think I can't remember if I told you this on one of the other episodes we did, but I'm reading a lot about survivalist camping. You know, how to make like a lean-to, how to find water, how to make rope in the woods, stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
when you're stranded, and then also identifying what's edible in terms of berries and plants, stuff like that, because throughout evolution, someone had to try poison ivy and be like, yeah, guys, don't use it. It's bad. Don't use it, guys. Don't touch it. You know? And so then we learned at that point to not touch that stuff and not to eat like mushrooms that'll kill you in like 3 minutes, right? We learned that because someone took it the hard way, right?
Right.
But now these dipshits in the right-wing grifting machine can talk about COVID's just a cold. You're going to be fine. And then, how many right-wing grifters died during that? Herman Cain died. The Diamond and Silk Lady died.
That's right.
A bunch of right-wing pastors died. And they didn't learn.
No.
Like, it's pure evolution at this point. So it's amazing because now these dipshits can say that kind of shit.
Right.
And there's not always immediate repercussions. Not everyone's going to die immediately.
Right.
Unless it's Jim Jones shit. And then that's totally different.
They're close.
But it just goes to show they can get away with it because there's no immediate repercussions.
None at all.
Not to them, anyway.
Free speech.
Because he's vaccinated. He's vaccinated.
Oh, they all are. They all are. The ones that are telling you not to get vaccinated because they don't know what's in it are vaccinated. All of them. Except for maybe some of the extremely nutty ones. I'm sure there's a couple out there that, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, she needs a rabies vaccination.
I still think she's vaccinated, personally. I really do.
I'm sure she is. She probably is. They don't want to get sick. But they'll perpetuate that message of being anti-vax. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., he may be the one that is not vaccinated.
And if anybody needs to be vaccinated with that man's personal life, like, bro,
please,
you need all the jabs you can get. You see him swimming in the shit swamp, outside DC. It's like, dude, you need more than just a vaccine.
My theory
you need Jesus.
I know. My theory was he's feeding the worm.
The
brain worm eats shit, so he had to take a
swim. When you're out there in the shit swamp, it's just great for your skin and your mind, and it's great on a sandwich as well.
You'll love dysentery, kids. Come on.
Dysentery is how you learn to be a man, but you do lose your testicles, so it's kind of a tragedy.
That's hilarious. Oh, this is big news too. Apparently Western allies, because Donald Trump is now mad at Vladimir Putin, because Vladimir Putin kept telling Donald Trump, yeah, we want peace, and Trump was dumb enough to be like, oh, okay, yeah, he said he wants peace. I believe him. He's a totally credible guy. I believe him. And then now Donald Trump's mad because obviously Putin is just lying to his face and then laughing at him behind his back.
Yeah.
So, now, though, Western allies have lifted these restrictions for Ukraine to use long-range weapons. That's huge. So they could be hitting targets that they've not been able to hit as of yet using longer-range weapons. So they removed all limitations on the range of weapons supplied to Ukraine. All. So Russia could be cooked at this point.
It's going to escalate shit, that's for sure.
Right. I mean, Putin's not the one to back away from making threats of nuclear war, and I believe he's already used ICBMs, just non-nuclear. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't put it past him if he got pinned into a corner. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't think that's going to happen, because as crazy and stupid as Vladimir Putin is, he does understand that one launch of a nuke is going to set off all the other the ones throughout the world, because that's the way the system is set up. And then we have Armageddon, including himself. So I don't think he wants to give up his vacation on luxury yachts and massive manors.
I know.
For nuclear apocalypse over a country like Ukraine. I don't think that's. He might do like a dirty bomb, like a little tactical suitcase nuke. Right. The snook, as they called it in South Park. Someone snuck a snook up your sniz. They might do that.
I forgot about that episode.
I don't foresee there being an actual launch of one, personally.
Who was the snook in? Was it Oprah?
Hillary Clinton.
Oh, it was Hillary Clinton.
Miss Clinton, someone snuck a snook up your sniz.
That's oh my god! I don't know how those guys got away with all that shit that they did on that show. Jeanette, thank you for the
They just
50
did it.
Danish Croders. Appreciate it. One of our biggest contributors.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay, I saw it in the chat. I couldn't.
Yeah,
tell
it
what
took us
was.
a while to
Okay.
figure
that's
that
nice
out
of
because
them.
we saw 50. We're like, wow, somebody gave us $50, but then we didn't understand the whole DKK thing in front of you know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, it actually shows in their denomination. Like we have people that donate from England that comes up in pounds. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, don't forget, guys, we are going to DC on the 6th, less than 2 weeks away, and we still are pretty short of our fundraising goal. Some of you guys have definitely stepped up to help us out. We need you to, again, help us get there. We'll be live streaming the whole thing. Again, I've been in touch with all the organizers, some of the organizers of the event. I'm meeting somebody from our organization, the Fight Against Fascism, in DC, our DC contact there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Going to have a good time. If I don't raise enough money, I'll probably just make a day trip out of it because it's only 4 hours away, so I could drive 4 hours, go to the protest, and then drive 4 hours back. Not a
It's like
huge
Vegas.
deal, but that is a lot. So I'd like to stay the night though, so I could just take my time, get there early, set up, meet everybody, do all that stuff. So if you want to donate, the link tree is in the description of the video. My Cash App is in the description of the video, and on the link tree, it's the top one, the GoFundMe link.
I really want to go, but I don't think with everything with the way flights are going.
Oh no, I get it. I get it. Yeah, that's what
I was really wanting to, but then I realized there's gonna be stuff out here too.
Oh, well, that's good.
I was
That's
in
the
touch
nice
some-
thing about this
yeah.
event. It is going to be nationwide. This is going to be the largest veteran organized protest in American history.
Yeah.
And it is 50 states, all 50 states at at your state capital. If you can't make it to DC, please, if you're close enough to your capital, I recommend it to everybody. If you're within 2 hours, go. Experience it. Take your phones out and live stream the whole thing. You know what I mean? Because we need all the content.
Rufus is not happy with me.
No, that's all right. I'm actually through all the news stories, so the rest of this is going to be watching videos, which you're not going to be able to hear anyways.
Okay.
So
I'll dip out and I got to take him for a walk. But if you do want to do some gaming streams, I can do that when I get back. I can text you.
Yeah. Once I get done with this, I'll immediately download GTA 5. I've not played it in a decade, but you'll have to teach me. But I'm down to learn. I'm down to learn, especially if we can play. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. I'll download that for sure. All right, man.
Yeah, just message me.
All right, I will talk to you later. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks, brother. See ya.
All right, yep, bye.
Bye.
All right, so now let me just figure out how to... Nope, that's me. Hold on. Let me figure out how to hide that one. Boop. There we go. Hello. All right, so we got some videos to watch now. Let's see, what do we want to start with? Oh, you know what? I want to start with this Patriot Front story. These cowards, these bitches are running around the country wearing masks, carrying shields like they're warriors from Sparta. Yeah, they're a hate group. They're Nazis. And they're running around the country being complete morons. So the Thomas Russo's the leader of Patriot Front. I have a couple videos from this last event they were at in Kansas City, I think it was. So Thomas Russo is the leader of Patriot Front. He started Patriot Front when he was 19 years old. This is him. He's from Texas. That's a shocker. Why am I not surprised? Texas is, yeah. So you can see on these flags here, this is a Nazi reference here on the left. That sun is a Nazi symbol. So if you guys have any doubts what he is or what this group is, there you go. But Russo founded Patriot Front in the wake of the 2017 Unite the Right rally. Yeah, but he joined as he started as a teenager, 19 years old, and now he's only 26 years old, and he's running around with a bunch of grown-ass men wearing, the one guy was literally wearing boxer briefs over his face. Apparently he couldn't find the neck gaiter, so the guy took a pair of underwear and used one of the leg holes to cover his face. That's how stupid these idiots are. And you know what? If you're too much of a coward to show your face, then maybe just what you're doing is not right. Have you ever thought of that? Have you ever thought of the fact that you have to cover your face because literally everybody in your entire life would probably disassociate from you? Your jobs most likely would fire you if they found out you're just a giant Nazi marching with your face covered because you're too afraid to be found out. Like, you'll see my face all over. I'm not afraid to cover my face for my beliefs. I'm not afraid at all to stand out in public and show the people who I am. But none of these grown-ass men seem to want to see their faces or have us see their faces. And you know, it's really weird is these Patriot Front dudes, essentially Proud Boys, seem to be wearing the very same face mask as ICE. Just throwing it out there, but if you see pictures of ICE, and then you see pictures of people from Patriot Front, they all wear the same exact style neck gaiter. So we all know that ICE is just Donald Trump's personal police force. And I'm truly convinced that these people are not getting in trouble at all because the cops are in on it, y'all. The cops are in on this shit, okay? Let's not pretend that our police force isn't one of the most racist, corrupt police forces probably in the world. So the cops are in on it. That's why nobody's doing anything. That's why these people could march and not get confronted, because the cops are protecting them, okay? But some people weren't having it. They actually followed them to the U-Hauls and had a little chat with them. And then these guys literally crawl into back of U-Haul. So if anybody knows anybody at U-Haul, or if you want to go to U-Haul's social media pages, which they do have, and let them know that you don't appreciate them renting out to Nazi hate groups. I'm sure we could probably annoy U-Haul enough to stop renting to these people. But U-Haul, at this point, if you're not going to do anything about it, you may as well sponsor these fucking assholes. So here's the video of them all marching and getting into the back of a U-Haul truck. You know, they look like idiots. You guys, you don't look tough. You look like morons. You're all packing into the back, a bunch of dudes packing into the back of a U-Haul truck. Grown-ass men.
So, how's it going? Oh, excuse me, that's impolite. Hey, get shields over here! Why do you need shields? I'm just chilling, bro.
Did you hear the guy? I need shields over here. Nobody did shit. Nobody did shit.
We're not going to invade our men's privacy.
Oh, we're not going to invade our men's privacy. Oh.
Why do you need to be private I thought you'd be proud of your opinions. Why you gotta cover up your face?
They're not just covering up their face, they're covering up tattoos, any identifying marks they are covering up because they don't want people to really know who they are. They're tough behind a mask. But you pull that mask off, I guarantee they'd run.
Shouldn't you be proud of what you preach?
Guarantee they'd run.
Might want to shave that nose hair, bud. That's embarrassing. Here, come on. Give the ball to each other. Let's get a little teamwork here, boys.
Literally disrespecting them.
What friends? I'm here alone, you pussy.
Yeah. No, we're just trying to make sure that our guys get home safe and sound.
I bet you are.
Cool.
So because you're not welcome
So
here.
you can go over there.
This is public property.
You can go over there.
No, we're doing it for your benefit. For my benefit? Because I'm a white male?
Whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
If you or anybody...
Say it out loud.
Yeah, so just go on. Get out
Go
of
out
here.
where?
Get out of here.
This is public. You get the fuck out of here. You're
We're
not
not
welcome here.
what do you think we're doing?
Good. Get the fuck out. Hey, have a good one, guys. Thanks for getting the fuck out of here. Please don't return.
There's a license plate, y'all.
Yeah, what's your name, bud?
Thomas Ryan Rousseau.
Thanks, Thomas. I bet you're trying to get famous with Trump for this.
What?
You gonna run for office now?
What?
You gonna run for office now?
Maybe.
Are you from here?
All right, cool. Texas.
Get the fuck out of here. What are you doing?
I got people from the whole country here.
That's how many it takes to get a couple hundred? The whole country. You're embarrassing.
I got people from the whole country here, and you got 200 people. Congratulations, buddy. You're embarrassing yourself. Losers. All of them. You're all losers. You're all cowards. And until you show your faces and actually be proud of what you're doing, none of us are going to take you seriously. Especially when you're walking around in fucking uniforms that you guys probably picked out online together, carrying shields that you probably made sitting around a table like an arts and crafts project. fucking shields and flags. Get the fuck out of here. You don't know anything about serving America. You don't know anything about... These people make me sick. I'm sorry. These people make me absolutely sick. But this is Thomas Russo speaking. He's not afraid to show his face. Everybody associated with him is afraid to show his face, but Thomas Russo is not afraid to show his face at all.
Patriot Front is here in Kansas City, Missouri, in honor of Memorial Day. We are here at the National World War I Museum and Memorial to give a speech and to demonstrate our ideals to the country and the world.
Reclaim America!
You know what's hilarious about this whole thing? They practiced this. Okay, they didn't just show up and start marching like this. This means that somewhere in this country, there are incel men who probably not have seen a woman's vagina in their entire life practicing marching and chanting. Oh, and they match. They're so cute. They match. What is this? What? Why are we giving this person any time of day? This is a joke. You guys are the most pathetic men in this country. You guys literally practiced marching as grown-ass men, most of which you've probably never been in the military. And you're covering your faces and all of your tattoos, and you're all dressing the same so we can't identify you. Cowards. You're not patriots. You're fucking pussies. Excuse my language. But that's the only way to describe these idiots. And I wish somebody would show this video of me talking shit about them just so they can know how most of us feel about them. Because they think they're all big, bad, and tough. Most of us look at them and go, wow, these are some sad, pathetic men. These are men that need a hobby. But, yeah. Unbelievable. And these are the people that think that they would win a race war. But, you know, the thing they don't realize is that most of us white people are not fighting for them. They just assume that all white people are together in this. Bro, y'all gotta, if y'all think a race war, and you would get folded like a fucking lawn chair if there was a race war. Because it would be all of us against very, very few of you. And I guarantee we far outnumber you. So if you guys want a race war, bring it on. But I guarantee it's not going to end the way you think it is. Just saying. Just my opinion. You know what I mean? So these people get on my nerves. They're disgusting human beings. And just so you guys know, Patriot Front is an extremist group, officially labeled an extremist group. Okay? They are a white nationalist and fascist organization that promotes ideas of homogeneous white ethno-state in the United States. They believe white people are somehow superior because of their skin color. They also believe in the Great Replacement theory, which is the dumbest shit ever, where they think native white Americans are going to be replaced with non-white immigrants. And they're worried about the blending of the races. Like, this is seriously how far gone these dumbasses are. And I'm assuming a lot of these people have, like, jobs and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, function and have mortgages, but at the same time, you believe this is what you believe in. Like, y'all are pathetic. You guys are extremely pathetic. No Zionists in the government. You guys might want to check on that, because Zionism is literally running the Republican Party at the moment. I'm not sure if, he's checked on that recently, but yeah, there are plenty of Zionists in the government. Or Zionist sympathizers. So, these people make me sick. These people make me sick. Joe Biden 2024. Let's go. I agree, man. I agree. But like I said, these people are pathetic. They're sad. There's nothing to them. You know what I mean? They look tough, all dressed in their militarized, cute little matching outfits. And they actually got matching jackets and shields. And megaphones. And they wore underwear around their face so they couldn't be seen. Really, like, if you're proud of what you do, show your face. If you're proud of what you do and you stand on business and this is truly what you believe in, show your fucking faces, you goddamn cowards. You will never see me show or hide my face for what I believe in, because I know I'm on the right side of history. You know you're not. That's why you're hiding. Okay? Eventually, all of your identities are going to get out. Do you think we care if you get doxxed? No. No, not one bit. As a matter of fact, this country would be better off if you weren't even in it. You know what I mean? Maybe we could, you know what? I have a solution, and I've suggested this before. Why don't we just give MAGA Texas? Like, really, I know there's some good people in Texas, and we can move them out, and we'll pay for it and everything like that. But let's just give MAGA, all of MAGA, just tell them to fuck off. They can have Texas. They can rename it whatever they want. They can name Donald Trump King of Texas, and they can build a wall around it, which we'll pay for. I would happily donate to build a wall around Texas to shut these people the fuck up and just let them tear themselves apart. Because that's what would happen. Once they're done picking on everybody they could possibly pick on, they're just going to go after each other. Because that's what hate does. It just eats itself. So, all right, you know what? I'm going to cut this short today. I just wanted to hop on just for a little bit and say hi to everybody. Have a good holiday. I don't want to bore you to death. I'm not going to show Donald Trump's video today at Arlington just because I don't want to see that disrespectful piece of shit's face today, shitting all over our military veterans. I mean, Donald Trump's entire family, every male Trump that has been in the United States since the 1800s, now a single one of them has served in the United States military. Not a single one. If anything, they've avoided it. So yeah, I don't want to hear shit out of Donald Trump's mouth. Just so we can be perfectly clear on what kind of psychopath this is, I will show you his post. This is his most insane holiday post that he's made yet. It's in all caps. Oh, now Harvard's anti-Semitic. Okay. I wasn't aware of that. Oh, that's a new one. Okay, so we got that. Make America Great Again. Okay, he posted that. Wonderful. So, yeah, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Ah, there we go. This insane rant is from the President of the United States. Pamela Turner said, watch it, they can't have Florida. No, Florida we keep. No. Florida we keep. They can have Texas. They can have Texas. Okay, at this point, I think we're ready to cut Texas off anyway. They have their own power grid and everything. It's perfect. No, we're definitely keeping Florida. I need a place to go vacation when I'm actually able to financially do so. All right, so this is Donald Trump's insane Memorial Day post. I don't think I need to play his speech at Arlington to you guys know it was a nightmare. Plus, I don't want to be angry when I get offline. And usually listening to him pisses me off. But there you go. Happy Memorial Day to all, including the scum that spent the last 4 years trying to destroy our country through warp radical left minds who allowed 21 million people to illegally enter our country. Many of them, hold on, I got to start this over because this is a really long sentence and I got to add commas. Happy Memorial Day to all, comma, including the scum that spent the last 4 years trying to destroy our country through warped radical left minds, comma, who allowed 21 million people to illegally enter our country, comma, many of them being criminals and the mentally insane, comma, through an open border that only incompetent president would approve, comma, and through judges who are on a mission to keep murderers, comma, drug dealers, comma, rapists, comma, gang members, comma, and release prisoners from all over the world, comma, in our country so they can rob, comma, murder, comma, and rape again. And protected by these USA-hating judges who suffer from an ideology that is sick, comma, and very dangerous for our country. Okay, just the reason I read that like that is because that's one sentence. That's one sentence with 15 commas in it. What the fuck, y'all? This is the rantings of a madman with the mind of a fifth grader. Hopefully, the United States Supreme Court and other good and compassionate judges throughout the land will save us from the decisions of the monsters who want our country to go to hell. But fear not, we have made great progress over the last 4 months. Okay, buddy. And America will soon be safe and great again. again, happy Memorial Day, and God bless America. Very Christian of him. Yeah, that was Donald Trump's. I've been watching Donald Trump's, specifically his holiday post. Every holiday I go to Donald Trump's feed and I look for his post. This is by far the most insane one that I have seen him post. This is from the mind of somebody who is very disturbed. Who posts this on Memorial Day, that is to celebrate fallen soldiers in a line of duty, and posts this crazy ass shit? You know what I mean? And who supports this? Who supports this? Like, go on Twitter. They're like, oh, our great leader gave the most amazing speech at Arlington. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He rambled off a teleprompter and he could barely pronounce half the words he was trying to say. So yeah, but this is insane. This is crazy. This is Donald Trump. This is our leader. And I don't know what we have to do to get this dumbass, ridiculous pedo out of here. Because that's what he is. That's what he is. He's a sexual abuser. He's a pedo. He's a fraud. He's a traitor who is just disrespecting military member services. He's disrespecting the Constitution. And he's trying to take the country for himself so he can make as much money as possible and screw all of us over at the same time. So that's all I'm going to do today, guys. Quick hour and 12 minutes. This was an unscheduled. We usually do one at like 9 o'clock at night, but today being a holiday, I wasn't even going to stream. But you know me, at the lab, kind of getting addicted to it. It's my 9th day in a row streaming, so I want to keep the streak alive. I think I'm going to try and stream every single day until our channel makes it. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Love you guys. We'll be back on tomorrow. Don't forget, Mike and I are going to be doing a deep dive into the big, beautiful bill tomorrow, 9 p.m. East Coast time. I do have a couple guests lined up as well, and we are doing 2 protests in June that we will be live streaming. So again, if you guys can support us, please find it in you to donate. Go to our link tree. Top link in the link tree is our GoFundMe, specifically for the Washington, D.C. And my son wants to go too, so that would be very special. I still haven't decided if I'm going to take him, though, because if something does pop off, I don't want to have to put him in harm's way just because of the way everything is right now. I try and keep my family at arm's length with this stuff. I do want them to participate, but at the same time, I don't want to risk their safety to do what I do. I'm fine risking myself. I'm fine risking my own life. I am perfectly fine with it. I've told myself that I'm all in on this from day one. And from you guys know from now, I would hope you guys know for the last year and a half, seeing me talk and watching me go out into the public, that I do stand on business and I do mean what I say. I'm not just doing this for recognition. I'm not doing this for clicks. I'm not even doing this for money. I'm just like, the money we ask for is usually for specific things like going to protests or equipment or something like that. But, you know, if we start making money somehow doing this, if we get sponsors and we can do this even more, I mean, we could be broadcasting all day, every day in the near future if we could figure this out. But we'll get there. We'll get there. With your support, we'll get there. Enjoy the rest of your holiday, guys. I'm going to let you guys off with a short episode today. But I'll be back tomorrow with Mike. And then I'll be doing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday live streams. Again, doing news recaps. So you guys will see my face all week long. I hope that's okay. Other than that, have a good